Hello everyone.
Yeah, you too.
Shut up. Talk to the camera, you damn fool. That's Chunk, by the way. Good little dog. Well, anyway, I'm making this recording to dip my toe in the water, like sort of thing, and have a chat from me shed. Like, I really want to try and get an idea across to you all that you are better than what they make up. When I say they, I mean those who deem themselves better than us, who wish to rule us. Those same people who will be on your screens inundating you and on your radio for the next 12 months, spewing lie after lie after lie. Well, you know, while that's happening, I just want you to chew this thought over. Okay? You don't need to vote for them. It's as simple as that. If you're not happy with the people on your list, you should choose one that is. Yeah? Well, when we started the revolution of the pen 5 years ago, it wasn't about violence or anything else. It was about using our democratic rights that's been laid down for us by our ancestors. And it's been a learning curve, I tell you. Last 5 years, made a lot of fuck-ups. And I'm a little bit gullible about some things, but you know what I mean, I'm really kind of suspicious kind of anarchist, yeah. I call myself an anarchist with pride because I cannot, with a clear conscience, line myself up with any one of those political parties because they're all rotten to the core. They're disgusting. You know it, I know it. The question is, why do we continue with them? Because it's the only choice? Well, like Martin Bell showed us a way when he wanted to get rid of that sleazebag Hamilton. Just stood in his constituency, won the seat and walked into Parliament for the next 5 years wearing a white suit. Now think on that. Now, if we wanted to clean up Parliament and put our country back on the right course and expose the criminals, and I do mean criminals, who started this Iraq war. I say criminals because I wrote to my local MP at the House of Commons and I said, in your opinion, knowing more than I do on the subject, do you think Tony Blair should be in the dock? And he went, yes, I do. Somewhere I got the emails. But that's the answer. Yes, he does think he's a criminal. Now, if I'm to go anywhere in this country to actually seek information from the very highest authority, it must be to my local MP, wouldn't that agree? So, when he tells me he's a criminal, I then have to take the ramifications of what he's saying a step further. The party organisation that's allowed him to cause these things is itself a criminal organisation because they have conspired together to bring about war and all that comes with, the thousands and thousands of innocent victims. Is because we've allowed him to do this. And if you listen to that puke bag Blair, oh, once you're elected then you can forget about what we do for the next 5 years. It's nothing to do with you, we'll just do it anyway because we're the rulers, we know what we're doing. Well, do they fuck?
His expectation is that people wish it to be so, that they take one form of action every 4 years.
Right.
Right, that was his point.
Yeah. Well, I don't agree with that.
And
I really don't agree with that. Because if you look, Lord Aylsham says...
How many people don't agree? Not agreeing is not necessarily going to get you anywhere. Like I said to you before, I've heard what you're against, now I want to know what you're for. Yeah?
We've got to use, if we look at the tools that we got before us to actually change things in peace, we got to see what tools have been left to us by our ancestors. You know, which means looking back at those constitutional documents the Parliament told me about, those ones that can't be changed or amended or voted out of existence. And you'll find that in the Bill of Rights they've already broke those, because now we got masters in Europe, and that should never be. Because our rights say that we should only be ruled or governed by those in this country. And our ancestors put that there for a very good reason. It's so that we can get our fucking hands on them when they fuck up. And we don't have to traipse halfway across fucking Europe to go and find redress for our problems. No, don't get me wrong, I'm all for European Union, but not the way they fucking tout it. Not at all. There shouldn't be borders between us. But the rule of law must be the rule of law, not some politician's fucking whim to come out as another act of parliament.
Or an individual.
They have taken upon themselves the right of sovereign. When they elected their Supreme Court, another bunch of fucking political hacks, to gainsay what the judiciary says in their rulings. So they can always fall back on their Supreme Court, which says, oh no, what the government's doing is right. Which allows them to then impose more tyranny upon us. The law is inviolate. It's only 3 words. Cause no harm. That's it. If you ain't done any of that, the law don't have no right to touch you or talk to you. Everything else above and beyond you causing harm and you being penalised by the state is by the will of those cunts in Parliament who have no right to actually put laws against you. Because if we're still a Christian nation, then the only law there is in this land is the law of love. And I don't see any of that coming out of that house. So we're in a bit of a pickle, wouldn't you say? We've got a bunch of wankers who are in charge, and seemingly no way to get out of it. But we do have a way of getting out of it. Old Murray, the pub landlord, he's standing against our dickhead Farage. Well done, that man. You know? But what we actually need is for maybe Occupy movement to form a cooperative of honest Johns, okay, who will contract them to a certain set of rules, saying that any question you get asked in Parliament, you must put before your constituency to talk about and to answer. And once your constituency has answered it, you bring their answer back to Parliament, and you answer there. If they're going to be puppets, they might as well be our puppets. Why can't we contract these people? It's a job. Why give them unmitigated power to abuse and then to not even be held accountable for their actions? That's the walls a Parliament has built around themselves to protect themselves from we the people. And what they've truly forgotten is that we the people are the rulers of this land. And we fucking proved that when we chopped Charlie's head off, back with Cromwell's day. Anyway, get off the point. What we need is honest Johns, like Martin Bell, to stand up in every constituency. Contracted to be the puppet of the people, to do the will of the people.
Right.
I can't can't read that.
paragraph in the middle.
No eyes.
Claire Short resigned from the government over the Iraq War
Yeah.
in 2006. She resigned the Labour whip.
Miss Shaw, I truly do, I doff my cap to you. Well done. The only honest person there. They're all criminal people. And if you vote for them again, you are criminal. Because you're keeping a criminal organisation in power. I'll think on that over your biscuits. If you're an honest John or an honest Jill or a Claire Short who knows that that house needs a new broom sweeping through it to expose the lies and the cover-ups, if you elect them people again, you are giving them immunity again. If they don't have their house, their seat in that house come May, the law can have them. Their immunity is gone. And all of their indecencies will be exposed.
They have parliamentary immunity on things already, don't they?
That immunity is at the will of the people. If you put new brooms in that house,
Of course, of course.
they can actually change those rules, especially if they've seen that any rule that they've laid down in that house is so that they can windle their way around like snakes and get away with all of their crap. Alright? No, don't get me wrong. If you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear. It's one of your favourite mottos, isn't it? Well, I suggest that in every constituency we elect an honest John